Good morning. Day 2 here at the cabin, and I am struggling to get out of bed. It is super cozy in here. It's like minus whatever outside, super cold. We have this wood burning stove going all night. It's super warm in here, and I don't know if I want to get out of bed.
So this path is going to take us down to the river. I'm not sure if it's frozen or not right now. It is below 0 this morning, but it's going to get to 10 degrees. So it's going to be quite warm a little bit later. But apparently it's really nice to walk along the river. Oh, it is definitely frozen. And you can see just up there is the cabin, right there. All right, coffee time.
What does it say? Did I just not turn it enough? Push the knob in and turn counterclockwise until you hear the ignition click. Oh, you need to keep it for a few seconds while it's establishing itself. All right.
Oh, we can sure smell the propane.
Hello. Okay, we'll get the torch.
It's like our best friend. Quick tip when you're using an indoor propane stove oven thing,
Or anything with gas.
Open the door.
Yeah.
Otherwise you might kill yourself with carbon monoxide. Always open a door or a window, get fresh air, or don't use propane indoors. Because it's a
Or
little
don't be in
bit
the same
sketch.
area. That's also something you could do.
But you should still have ventilation. Just have ventilation. Just do it.
Everything becomes a little bit more complicated when you go out cabining.
It's like we're bike packing again.
It's like we're bike packing again. Those sticks of sugar, babe, show the sticks of sugar. Those things is what kept me alive during the bike tour. I had like 3 or 4 of those a day.
These are loaded with calories.
It's only 70, but
for our coffee, that's a lot of calories. Because we usually just drink it black.
We are not things in coffee people. So yes, that's a lot of calories, and you know, 4 or 5 of those is a couple hundred calories a day. It's a good amount. You need help pouring?
Yes.
Tia's gonna need help pouring. BRB. always away from you.
All right, ladies and gents, we haven't taken you along with us yet today because we literally have not really been doing much.
Nothing.
But Andy has actually taken on a new project, as per usual, typical Andy. He is trying to carve a spatula out of wood. It's coming along pretty good, actually. That actually looks pretty legit.
It's my first attempt at carving. I bought a knife and I sharpened it, and I am trying to make a lump of wood that used to look like this into a spatula.
It's actually coming along. Show us how you do it.
Well, I use an axe to take away a lot of the rough stuff, and then I just take the knife and then I pull away from me, and then just take little slivers at a time away like this. It's a slow process, but it's not like I'm really gonna go anywhere today. So I wanted there to be a little bit of a curve down, so I have to take away some material over here, and this stick is too thick, so I also have to take away some material up here and then smoothen it out, and maybe I'll actually cook with this at some point. Maybe, who knows.
Now, speaking of cooking, it's about 11 o'clock and we didn't eat very much yesterday, so I think I'm gonna get lunch started. We are actually making something that we haven't made in a long time, camping wise, which is cast iron chicken wings. So again, the fire pit here doesn't have a grate on it. We're actually gonna put the cast iron directly into the fire, which we can do because it's a cast iron, and we're gonna cook some chicken wings for lunch. So let's do this. All right, cast iron. Okay, so our chicken wings, we actually pre-prep them the way that we normally do when we go camping. So they're already in the bag. They've actually been marinating since yesterday, which is fantastic because that means they're gonna have a lot of flavor. The wings that we're making today are honey sriracha Asian style wings. Really what I did in here is just mix sriracha, honey, soy sauce, sesame oil, rice vinegar, and some sesame seeds, and I shook it all together, and that's it. It's just been marinating. So this cast iron is not that big, but that's okay. It's really easy. This is a really easy recipe that you can use because you just, like I said, you just marinate it before you leave, put it in a Ziploc, throw it in your cooler, and then you can just put it in your cast iron onto the fire when you're ready to eat. All right, let's cook. We did have a second cast iron that we could use. Once I put the wings in the cast iron, I also dumped the juices that they were marinating in into the cast iron as well. And I added a little bit of olive oil just to make sure that they don't stick. So if your recipe, like your marinade, doesn't have a lot of oil in it, that might be a good option. But otherwise you should be good to go with your wings. We have 2 there, so it's gonna be a pretty hefty lunch for us. We had to adjust our fire because we're gonna be cooking. We've been burning this all morning so that we can get these coals for cooking because we have 2 meals that we're making today. So Andy's just getting a nice bed of coals going that we're gonna put our wings onto. Okay, one more call out. When you're working with fire and hot coals directly and cooking directly on them, you need mitts like this. These are not regular oven mitts that you use in your home. These are, I don't even know, what are they?
They're somewhere between oven mitts and welding gloves. Usually made out of suede or some sort of leather material, very, very thick. If you're looking for them, they're like
Pitmaster gloves. Usually that's kind of how it is branded. You use this when you are going to grab pig off of a spit. This is your friend.
And there you have it. Chicken wings for lunch. Now, if you don't like them as crispy as we do, just back them off of the coals a little bit and take them off a little bit sooner. All right, Andy, try the wings, let me know how they are. Or, you know, start with beer.
Gotta start with the beer. All right, I like my wings crispy, or as some of you might think, it's burnt, but very good.
You like the flavor?
Flavor is all the way inside. Definitely marinate this for however long you have marinated for, 24 hours or whatever it is. Pull it off early. It's very tasty. The juices are still all inside.
All right, we give this recipe a thumbs up.
So what are we doing here?
Andy may have piqued my interest in making a wooden spoon. Maybe. It looks really weird so far though. I think it might be too thin, but we're gonna go with it and see what happens.
All right, 4:30. We got some good coals going on over there. Yeah. You see them great coals over there? So it's gonna be a pretty chilly night tonight, so we're gonna have chili. Pretty simple recipe here. We're gonna use our Men Grills pot. Ground beef, pre-cooked as per usual. Beef broth. Won't be chili without some sort of beans and tomatoes. And then to kick up the flavor a bit of tomato paste just to get that extra tomato-y flavor. We're just gonna pop it all in here. We're not gonna hang the pot over the coals. We're just gonna put it beside and then let it slowly come and get all tasty. All right, again, we're not gonna use this as a pressure cooker because we don't need it to go really fast. Just gonna place that on top. Slightly secure the handle just so that I have something to hang on to, and I'm gonna plop it in the coals. Ah, come on. There we go. And just kind of, you know, not too much. Okay. I made a nice little bed for this right here. The Men Grills is a camping pot, so we'll just, there we go. We'll check in on it in about like half an hour or something, just see how it's going. But now we just wait and for chili tonight. All right, time to take a look. We see steam inside, so we're gonna stir it up with this very special ladle. Anton sent it to us as a part of the Men Grill set. It is now available on his website. It looks really nice. I'm gonna try it. Nowhere near ready yet, but I do see bubbling on this side of the pot. Now, when you are cooking on a campfire like this, there's always going to be uneven heat. That's why making stews are the best, since the liquid circulates within the pot. So I'm just going to close it up and let it do its thing for however much longer. No rush. Okay, so we've transferred the campfire from outside into there by bringing some embers in. The chili is done. It's on the indoor wood stove, and this is the end result. Now, there are bowls here. I'm just really lazy, and I was already using this, so let's give it a taste. So hearty on a kind of cold afternoon. The Men Grill spoon worked really well. The ladle, just good old ladle. I really like the wooden finish. It didn't transfer any heat, so my hands were nice and not cooked.